the 7th of August, the serene hills of Shillong came alive with vibrant colours, rhythmic weaves and timeless traditions as the National Institute of Fashion Technology celebrated National Handloom Day. The day was filled with activities including a sari draping workshop, an ethnic fashion show and a spirited bihu dance performance that brought alive the essence of Northeast heritage. This special day is dedicated to honouring India's rich handloom heritage, a craft that carries the soul of our culture woven thread by thread.
This year we are celebrating the 11th National Handloom Day in our campus. You might be knowing that the National Handloom Day is having their own importance. We can link it with the Swadeshi movement, and nowadays being a leading design institution of the India, handloom and fashion is the two distinct words that can be linked with and design students are the main stakeholders to promote the design part of the handloom. Handloom is known for the traditional art and craft. When it mixed with the design creativity part, it has boosted up the product as per the market demand, as per the customer choice. So this is the significance, the celebration of the National Handloom Day, particularly in the campus of the institutions like the NIFT, because here we have the pool of creative design students, those who can work either in the academic journey or after the passing out as a designer, as a design freelancer students, they will give further input to the handloom in terms of the new variety of the design, in terms of the color, focus, trends, all these boost up the handloom as a product, and the motive, my handloom, my pride, that is the focus of the nowadays in the India. We are having the programs across all the semesters like the craft cluster initiative. In that craft cluster initiative, our students used to go to the particular craft, interact with the weavers, artisans there, whatever the product, their existing products, they study it and map the requirement, what kind of design intervention, what kind of the color forecasting thing can be done to that level. As a result, the product of the artisans can be enhanced as per the requirement of the customer and the market need. So this craft cluster initiative is being funded by the DC Handicraft and the Handloom, Ministry of Textile, Government of India. The handloom, there is a distinct way of weaving particular geometric pattern, or this cannot be possible. There are certain distinct pattern which cannot be weaved on the machine, particularly the power loom. That is why this handloom, hand weaving has its own importance as far as the design is concerned. As far as the intellectual property right is concerned, we have the GI, one of the tools for protecting the artistic way of design, particularly the weavers, that to protect their weave, we have the GI tag. Recently, India has awarded the GI tag. There are many other geographical importance as far as the textiles are concerned, that already Government of India as well as the state government, they are doing and adopting having the GI tag only with the focus that this will get a wide publicity globally, and also there will be a less chance of infringement. Like for example, if India is Meghalaya, so no one can take the name of the India in all other parts of the country. Those who are the stakeholders of the Meghalaya, they have the right to use the word India. So that significance will also give the boost up to the handloom. My message to all the stakeholders, particularly my student, my faculty, feel pride in adapting the handloom product in various walk of the life. Not only the fashion garments, we have the n number of ways to adopt handloom as a product in the accessories, in the decor. So this is the message I would like to give across all the fraternity of the design students, faculty and everywhere.
The celebration began with a unique showcase, students and models presenting different ways of draping the sari, from the elegance of the navy style to the fluid grace of regional drapes. Each presentation told a story of identity, artistry and adaptation across generations.
fills my heart with immense pride to honor the resilience, the commitment, and the dedication of the fraternity of weavers who have preserved the rich cultural heritage of India, and they have woven this nation into one thread. As we stand here, I think the artisans, the weavers, the craftsperson who have been tirelessly working for the preservation of the national heritage deserve a big round of applause.
Shankar Kumar Jha, director NIFT Shillong, highlighted the connection between the Swadeshi movement and handloom, pointing out that students and faculty are key stakeholders in preservation of traditional arts. He noted that motifs and patterns found in regional handlooms are original, culturally rooted designs that must be protected and promoted as invaluable artistic heritage.
On the occasion of the 11th National Handloom Day, you all are knowing that we are celebrating Handloom Pakhwara. Earlier, we are celebrating a National Handloom Day. A day function was organized only for a day on the 7th of August. But now, on the basis of the various important activities, we decided to not celebrate only on a particular day, rather than celebrate on a week to week kind of thing. And being a fashion fraternity known for the design and fashion institution, and you all being a faculty, being a student, are the important stakeholders to make the legacy of the handloom to the certain level. So this particular day in history has its own importance in terms of the Swadeshi movement. You might be knowing those who have read the history as a subject in their students' time. As far as the handloom is concerned, everyone, whether it is a traditional art and craft, each and every weavers have their own traditional artistic way of representing the fabric. Whether from the Kanyakumari to the northeast, every artisans, every weaver have their own way of the weaving. In some part of the country there are geometrical patterns, certain part of the country there is a flower motif, but each and every artisans, weavers have their own important way of doing the weaving as a traditional art and craft they are practicing. Nowadays, it is our responsibility as a designer, how to protect them, how to uplift them, because you know that handloom known for the traditional artistic weaving practice. But when we will add it into the fashion, when we will add it in terms of the new colors, new fashion forecasting, trends, the fabric have their own importance as per the market reachability. So, not only we have to think designing part, we also have to think how to make it in terms of the various forum, how to make it into the various artistic way. Then only the upliftment of the weavers, upliftment of the artisans will take a certain shape.
The event was graced by Pooja Pandey, IAS Director, Census Operations of Citizen Registrations, Arunachal Pradesh and Meghalaya, as the chief guest. In her address, Pandey stressed the importance of the Make in India initiative and emphasized that handloom sector is the second largest employment generator in the country after agriculture, especially for women, allowing them to work from home while preserving cultural traditions. She also stressed the need for widespread support and promote India's indigenous weaving traditions and urged everyone to champion handloom by incorporating it into everyday fashion and lifestyle.
We all know that each thread spun on a handloom tells a story about India. And India is one of the countries which has a rich and diverse tradition of weaves. And we are very fortunate that not only in the present times, it's been continuing since our ancestors' time. So, and you all already know, as your director has already informed you all, that this National Handloom Day is celebrated on 7th of August to remind us of the Swadeshi movement, which started in 1905 as part of the India's freedom struggle, where it was underlined that we should boycott the foreign goods and more we should use the indigenous products and the goods which have been manufactured in the country itself, so that we become more self-sufficient and less dependent on the foreign goods. As you know that India has the rich tradition of the handlooms and textiles, but with the advent of British rule and the influx and the, so to say, the dumping of the foreign made goods, which were cheaper in rate, the handlooms were successively actually thrown out of the market, and our weavers, artisans and all suffered a lot in that way. So this Swadeshi movement became a milestone in the freedom movement, as well as a milestone in restoring the dignity, the importance of our weavers, the handloom sector. And all of you must be knowing that handloom sector is the second largest employer after agriculture, and about 72% of that comprises of women. And I see a lot of women here, and I hope you all understand the importance of promoting, supporting, and protecting the handloom sector. And it is because of this that since 2015, our Honorable Prime Minister had announced this celebration of Handloom Day. And first Handloom Day was organized in Chennai, and since then we have been continuing this with various themes. And it is being celebrated today across all the main institutions, especially NIFTs, all across the country. Main function is held, and the Honorable President has graced the occasion. Prizes have been given to the artisans and weavers. So, like, we have to understand this importance, and your role becomes very important here, because you are the National Institute of Fashion Technology. Now, no offenses meant to anybody. When you say word handloom, when you say a word weaver, what picture do you get into your mind? Mostly you'll get a person who's lonely, weaving something, whose children, daughters, sons may not want to continue the same tradition out of compulsion, or maybe out of choice. If it is out of choice, well and good, but out of compulsion. Why? Because it is no longer economically viable, raw material is not available, the handloom produced cloth is not able to compete with the power loom, machine made goods, all that picture you get. And when you say NIFTs, what picture does anybody get? I mean, not you people, but outside. Sometimes it gives the impression some place where it is very elitist, disconnected from the grassroots. But here, actually, your role is very important. And that is why it is mainly celebrated in the NIFTs, because you have to establish that connect between the weaver, the artisan, and how it is made visible in the market. You are the people who will lead this process, because you can make it more practical, you can make it more visible. You may not be directly involved with the production of the textile or handloom product, but you can always promote its cause. Many of us have given up our traditional attires, especially which were made from handloom, because we don't find them comfortable. We say that, okay, we have to go there, we have to walk there, we have to climb there, it is not comfortable. But I really don't understand that how they have become suddenly uncomfortable, when for many decades and generations our mothers, our fathers, uncles have all worked in that same attire. So, I mean, it's not like preaching to you, but then a lot of responsibility falls on the students, pass outs, alumni of the NIFTs to, promote the interest of the weavers.
The day's highlight with a fashion show on sustainable fabrics, a stunning blend of creativity and conscience. Young designers from NIFT Shillong reimagined tradition using organic cottons, natural dyes, and upcycled textiles, proving that fashion can be both stylish and sustainable.
have like over here in NIFT Shillong, we have two courses. One is Masters and one is degree. So for the degree courses, in their third semester, we call the artisans to NIFT Shillong, where they are demonstrating the craft. And when they go to the fourth and fifth semester, then we send them for a craft research and documentation, where they have to go to these clusters. So like a few of our students have gone to Arunachal Pradesh, handloom clusters in Arunachal Pradesh, handloom clusters in Mizoram, handloom clusters in Nagaland. And so when they go there, they study the craft, how it is made, the process, the motives behind it, the story behind it. And then when they come back, then we document it. And after documenting it, then we, in the 6th and 7th semester, we have this craft-based development project, where we are using, or we are, we are taking inspiration from those designs or those motives or those concepts, and we are putting that in the fabric. Our students, NIFT Shillong students, they play a huge role in promoting Indian handicrafts and handlooms also, because when they pass out also, some of them will want to work with the traditional artisans, with the traditional handlooms. And as you can see that, it is through them as designers that we are able to promote, and we are able to, to spread the designs, or to give awareness to the people of the world about handlooms, their designs, their authenticity and their uniqueness. Nowadays, with with our new Gen Z students, we can say, so most of the time they are always into digital. Their way of doing things is very digital. But then sometimes when it comes to handlooms, it is very hand. You have to use your hand. It is, most of it is manual work, and I think that is one thing where we have to tell the students that when you are doing this designing and everything, you should like go into the field, stay in the in those craft villages for 5 to 10 days, study the process and everything. So I think that is that is one problem. I feel it's trying to educate this new generation about the traditional handlooms. Handloom sector is already a sustainable livelihood. Nowadays the world is all about sustainable fashion. We're using sustainable dyes which do not harm the environment. We are also using this cotton, which is again sustainable. We are not using any man-made textile fibers in these handlooms. So yes, it is totally, we can say it is a very sustainable method. My message to the people is that we should promote our handloom products. We should promote our artisans, and not just on Handloom Day or Handloom Week that we will wear handloom products, but also on other days. We should always encourage people to go and buy products from these emporiums, and then these bazaars which are selling handlooms, where they can, and instead of bargaining for prices, they should not, whatever the artisans are earning, that is their livelihood. We are not, I mean, if you're buying from big brands, we are not asking for, we will not go and bargain for price, right? So in the same way, even from handloom weavers, when we buy from them, we should not bargain, but then, whatever price they set, I think we should promote that product and buy it from them to help them also.
So basically here we have with us is what we call the tabletop loom. So this tabletop loom, as you can see, it's quite different from the conventional loom that you see in most of the weaving areas. But the reason is these looms are meant only for educational purpose. Like we have one in our institute. So the process is the same. We have that warp beam behind here where we stack the warp. From here we pass on the warp through the heel shafts here inside, and they pass through this reed, the slay and the reed. And from that on, we take the warp onto this, what we call this the cloth beam. So here, what we do is we have the weaving process. These levers that we have here, they function as straddles. So what they do is, by moving these levers, we can see the difference in the shedding that we have here. You see? Then what we do is, we change the levers, we move the levers, insert these shuttles, we stack it once, twice, done. Change the levers, and we do it from the other side. and stack some more. And that is how we form this cloth out here. See, there's no such thing as advantage over any other loom because these tabletop looms, they're not meant for production purpose like those fly shuttle looms. These are meant only for educational purpose. These you won't see in any production house, but in educational institutes like this, you'll commonly see these kind of looms.
An exhibition followed where visitors experienced the diversity of India's handloom legacy. From intricate shawls of the Northeast to vibrant ikats and khadis, the display celebrated not only the beauty of the weaves but also the skilled hands that create them.
Basically, this part is sari, and here the motifs you can see, it's mainly inspired from the meshing culture of Assam, and I gave it a little bit of touch of Assam by draping it in the way those Kshatriya dancers used to do in Assam. So that is what my main goal was, to give it a touch of that, because I have grown up in a village where, you know, from earlier days we have seen the handloom things, and also I wanted to show my creativity and my culture together. So this is what I have done. So first I made a skirt below, as you can see, and above that I have pleated this piece, and then there's a blouse inserted that is holding those pleats. Above that, you can see it's draped from behind, and I have tucked in, and then we have used the pallu, what we say here, making it look like a sleeve. So yeah, that's the whole look. For me, it is actually the foundation of design. I feel like without handloom, like handloom is connected to culture, and culture was the reason why I feel like design came into being. So that's how I think, as a designer, handloom is thus very important to me in that way. It should be very compulsory from school days to go and, you know, to visit certain places and know about it firsthand rather than reading it in books or YouTube. Go to villages or spend time with the artisans. That way it makes it easier for you to stay rooted to your culture as well as the handlooms. Be it anything, like even if you're not born into that, you can still be connected to it through going for the artisans and all.
मैंने इसका साड़ी ड्रेप किया है, और जिसमें मैंने दो डिफरेंट स्टाइल को डिज़ाइन किया है। मैंने यहाँ पे डिज्नी और थाईलैंड के डिज़ाइन को मिक्सअप करके ड्रेप किया है, और यहाँ पे मैंने थाईलैंड के स्टाइल को डिज़ाइन करके, और स्लीव्स में मैंने थोड़े से पफी बनाए हैं, जिससे ना डिज्नी वाले लुक को हम रिक्रिएट कर सकें। और ये हमारे बैक का लुक है। आई थिंक मशीन वाले चीज़ें उतने अच्छे से वर्क नहीं करते जितने अच्छे से हम हाथ वाले काम को करते हैं, और हैंडवर्क में हम एक एक स्टेप को क्लियरली देखते हैं, मेज़र करते हैं, और अपने एक्सपीरियंस के साथ काम करते हैं। और सेम चीज़ हम हर बार कुछ ना कुछ नया करते हैं, रिपीट नहीं करते हैं। मुझे ट्रेडिशनल चीज़ें बहुत पसंद है, और मेरा ये भी है कि नई चीज़ों को भी ट्राई करना चाहिए। तो मेरा रहता है हमेशा ही कि मैं पुरानी चीज़ों को नई चीज़ों के साथ मिक्स करके कैसे स्टाइल कर सकते हैं, फिर उसे कैसे नए जनरेशन के साथ मिक्स, ताकि वो लोग भी पुराने कल्चर को जाने और फिर उसे ट्राई करें। और इस तरह से हम लोग अपने कल्चर को जानते रहेंगे, और कहीं ना कहीं वो सारी चीज़ें हम भूल लेंगे नहीं। तो उन्हें ट्राई करना चाहिए लोगों को, कि हम सारी चीज़ों को ट्राई करें। फिर पुराने कल्चर में लोग कैसे काम करते थे, कैसे वर्क करते थे, उनका स्टाइल क्या था रहने का, फिर ड्रेसअप करने का। तो इसलिए मुझे लगता है कि लोगों को ट्राई करना चाहिए।
The outfit she is wearing, it is the handwork called Kardana handwork of Surat, and it is very delicately hand placed by the artisans and everything. And her whole outfit, although it's not a traditional outfit, but then it was more of a modern influence to her outfit, because I tried to put on the Thai culture, that was like they have a off-shoulder sachet and everything to glorify their shoulder areas and everything. And a tribal influence also through their eyeliner and bindi, everything. Kundan, kardana, and silk was her overall outfit idea. When we wear those handloom artifacts or anything, handloom saris, we often feel a self love towards ourselves. We feel हम लोग को अपना सा लगता है पहन के कि किसी का बनाया हुआ खुद का इन्फ्लुएंस खुद का पर्सनल टच है उस पर. So that's what inspires me कि there's a personal touch to everything they do. With fashion communication, yes, I had this interest to expand, to advertise their, actually to enlarge their industries, because nowadays everybody is going into the already ready-made synthetic and artificial silks and everything. So after graduation, I actually want that if I could, through my fashion communication studies, to like to overall expand their cultures, their state of work, and their lifestyles more towards the industry.
So basically, for me, designing is stuff more like the mix of modern culture and basically the traditional one. So that's why I have used here the belt, which is mostly used in the Britishers also, and by the Rajas in the past. We have used this piece of cloth to show that the royalty. Other than that, this is shirt, which is kind of a mixture of the modern fit with the traditional one. Here are the draping, which show the plates of a sari, and other than that, we have used the technique of twisting the sari and then wrapped it around his leg, and we've made a little flower out of it. And other than that, we have used oxidized jewelry, obviously stolen from our friends, and a boot. Like basically, this is a mixture of the modern one and the traditional one, and kind of I'm happy with that right now. I'm basically from Uttarakhand, so there's a lot of different handlooms and everything. And from like India, being in India, there's a lot of different handlooms and different techniques of making it. So yeah, I do say that throughout the whole year, I don't focus on handloom much, but this day I do find it very much interesting. I am here in Northeast. I was born in Northeast because of my father's transfer. So I do kind of connect with it, and I do kind of love knowing the more about the handloom here. So yeah, it's about the culture in a country. Here he is like fashionable in front of you. Other than that, sustainable, it all depends upon the person. If we want it sustainable, we can make anything sustainable in the country. We don't want it, we can use and throw every single thing. If I say so, like this is our 4th day in this college. We were nervous about being here. I'm from the textile department. So for me, this is like something which I thought was not my cup of tea. So first of all, if you are a young designer, you should be brave enough to take part on every single thing. I know there will be winning and losing, but still, like you should give it a chance. So yeah, young designer means being brave about everything.
This is a very simple touch on draping, because honestly it's my first time, so I have tried anything that's possible, to be honest. In this you can see there's a pop of grey which shows simplicity, minimalism, and in top you can see there's this blouse which shows a very bold effect to give it a good contrast to the whole look. And as you can see, the sari has a very subtle gold line of subtle gold decor. So to highlight that, we have very few minimal jewelries in the waist and neck and earrings. It's a very simple look and even the look is very grounded, just to show the draping more and not anything else extra. Our artisans here are extremely talented, and looking at their creativity really draws me to trying more Indian made fabrics than something which is exported. My attire today is completely handloom. Everything is made in India. For young designers as me, like this is my very first time trying something like this. So I'm really looking forward for my juniors who are very much interested in fashion to try out this new ongoing fashion lifestyle, to actually bring out our culture, to showcase our culture not just nationally but also globally.
Through this celebration, NIFT Shillong reaffirmed its commitment to conserving India's handloom legacy while empowering the next generation of designers to take this tradition forward with pride and purpose. National Handloom Day at NIFT Shillong was more than a celebration. It was a reminder that every thread carries history, every weave carries a community, and together they form the fabric of our nation.